In the hush between heartbeats, I begin to pray, not with lips, but with the ache that never learned words. Tears gather quietly, like witnesses afraid to speak, and fall inside me, unheard by the waking world. O listener of the unspoken, hear this fragile rain, each drop a memory folded into the dark. I kneel before the night, where shadows feel kind, and confess my grief to the patient stars. My tears do not shout. They only remember. They remember hands that slipped from my grasp, promises stitched with hope, now unraveled, and mornings that forgot how to rise. I pray for strength, though weakness is all I own. I pray for light, though my eyes are trained on dusk. Teach my heart to breathe without breaking. Teach my soul to walk where faith feels thin. Silent tears are scriptures written on the chest, verses carved by loss, read only by God. Each line trembles with a question unanswered. Each pause carries the weight of years. I have spoken loudly before and learned nothing. Now I whisper with my wounds, and listen. The earth knows this language of falling water. The roots understand what it means to wait. Bless these tears that refuse to be seen. They are not weakness, they are endurance. They are the river that keeps me alive, flowing even when hope is a drought. O mercy that does not demand perfection, sit beside me in this long night. Do not rush my healing with hollow dawns. Let pain finish saying what it must. I have loved deeply and lost without ceremony. No drums marked the leaving, no bells rang. Only silence wrapped itself around my chest and taught me how loud emptiness can be. In this prayer, I offer broken sentences, half-beliefs stitched together with breath. If you read intentions instead of grammar, then surely you can read my tears. I ask not for the past to return, nor for tomorrow to promise too much. I ask only for courage to endure today, and sleep that does not fear my dreams. When memories knock, let them enter gently. Do not let them shatter the furniture of my heart. Teach me to host sorrow without becoming it, to honor grief without surrendering my name. My silent tears carry the faces of many nights, each one a moonless road I survived. I count them not as failures, but pilgrimages, journeys taken barefoot across broken hope. O healer of invisible wounds, place your hand where no one sees, there, where smiles are rehearsed, and strength is performed for the world. I am tired of explaining my sadness, tired of translating pain into acceptable words. Let this prayer be enough. Let these tears be my testimony. If joy returns, let it come humbly. Let it sit beside sorrow like an old friend. I do not trust loud happiness anymore. I believe only in the quiet kind. Teach me the patience of mountains, how they hold the sky without complaint. Teach me the humility of rain, how it falls without asking to be praised. I surrender what I cannot mend. I release the guilt of surviving. Those who left live inside my breath now, and I carry them with reverence, not regret. This prayer does not seek applause. It seeks refuge, a place where tears are not questioned, where silence is not mistaken for absence. O keeper of nights, stay with me here, until dawn learns my name again, until my heart believes in tomorrow's softness, until my tears learn to rest. Amen to the pain that taught me compassion. Amen to the scars that became maps. Amen to silent tears that still pray, even when faith feels like a fragile flame. And if this prayer reaches you incomplete, know that my tears finished what words could not. I end the quiet after amen. I remain kneeling, because healing rarely arrives at the ending. It lingers, like breath fogging a winter window, slow, uncertain, yet still alive. My heart speaks again without sound, asking questions it fears to hear answered. Why do some loves leave without warning? Why do some prayers echo longer than others? I gather my tears like scattered beads, counting none, losing none to shame. Each tear has earned its place in this night. Each one knows why it was born. O gentle witness of unseen battles, you saw me smiling while collapsing inside. You heard laughter stitched over sobs. You knew the cost of my survival. I did not fall because I was weak. I bent because I carried too much. Even the strongest branches bow in storms, yet still remember how to grow. My silent tears ask for no miracles, only small mercies dressed as ordinary moments. A morning without heaviness in the chest, an evening where memories do not ambush sleep. Teach me to forgive time for moving on, even when I feel left behind. Teach me that healing is not forgetting, but learning how to remember without bleeding. There are names I still cannot say aloud, faces that rise uninvited in the dark. I place them gently into this prayer, wrapped in tears, delivered with care. If loss must remain my companion, let it walk beside me, not ahead of me. Let it remind me of love's depth, not only of its ending. I am learning that silence can be sacred, that not every pain needs a witness. Some sorrows are meant only for you, shared in the language of falling tears. O light that reaches even closed eyes, shine softly through my tired soul. Do not blind me with sudden hope. Let faith arrive like dawn mist, slow and kind. I pray for the strength to keep believing, even when belief feels like borrowed breath. I pray for courage to remain gentle, in a world sharpened by disappointment. My tears have taught me empathy, how every stranger carries a hidden storm. Now I look at broken people with reverence, knowing survival wears many disguises. If joy hesitates to return, tell it I am learning patience. Tell it I no longer demand permanence, only honesty and quiet presence. This prayer grows longer than the night, because pain does not obey clocks. Still I stay, breathing through remembrance, trusting that endurance is also worship. O eternal listener, hold this silence with me. Let my tears rest in your knowing, until one day I rise lighter than yesterday, and my prayer becomes gratitude instead of ache. Until then I remain here, praying without words, crying without sound, believing without proof. And in this sacred quiet, my silent tears continue to pray. The night deepens, yet I do not flee from it, for darkness has learned my true name. It wraps me gently, not as a threat, but as a cloak for wounds still breathing. My tears fall slower now, heavier with meaning, like elders carrying wisdom instead of fear. They no longer ask why this pain. They ask what must I become through it. O knower of paths unseen, guide me where my courage hesitates. I have walked familiar sorrow too long. Show me a road that leads through, not back. I speak to you through pauses and sighs, through the space between inhale and release. There, where no one applauds survival, I confess how tired I am of being strong. Some days, strength feels like a burden, a title given without consent. I want to rest without being questioned, to be fragile without apology. If tears are the ink of the soul, then my heart has written many chapters. Do not let this story end in despair. Let it bend toward quiet redemption. I remember the version of me before the loss, naive, hopeful, unguarded. I do not wish to return to that innocence, but I mourn it with tenderness. O compassion that outlives mistakes, teach me how to love myself again. Not the polished image I show the world, but the trembling truth behind closed doors. There are prayers I was afraid to pray, fearing the answers might break me. Now I understand. Silence itself was the answer preparing me. Let my tears wash the bitterness away, not the memories, never the memories. Only the poison of resentment, only the weight of unspoken blame. I am learning that healing is uneven, that some mornings reopen old wounds. On those days, hold me closer. Remind me that setbacks are not failures. O patient one, remain when hope wavers. Do not leave when faith grows quiet. You have stayed through louder doubts than these. You will stay through this hush as well. I pray for the grace to accept joy again, without fearing its departure. Let me love without rehearsing loss. Let me laugh without counting the cost. My silent tears now bow in surrender, not defeat, but trust. I place my unanswered questions at your feet, believing you hold them with care. If tomorrow brings tears again, I will not curse the sunrise. I will greet the day honestly, knowing survival itself is a prayer. One day, these tears will soften into wisdom, and this ache will speak as empathy. Until then, I remain faithful to the process, even when progress feels invisible. O keeper of broken hearts, finish what you have begun in me. Turn this long night into a gentle lesson. Turn this prayer into quiet peace. I stay here, breathing, believing, enduring, a soul still standing, a heart still praying, a life still choosing to continue. And in the sacred stillness of unseen faith, my silent tears keep praying. The hours drift like uncounted beads, each one slipping through my weary fingers. Time no longer asks me to hurry. It waits, understanding my fragile pace. My chest rises with borrowed calm, a fragile truce between heart and breath. Even pain grows quiet sometimes, as if listening for what comes next. O shelter for exhausted souls, let this pause not be mistaken for peace. It is only the eye of the storm, a moment where grief catches its breath. I remember the nights I begged for answers, clutching the dark as if it might speak. Now I ask only for presence, because absence was the sharpest wound. Silent tears are honest travelers. They carry no disguises, no lies. They fall exactly as they are, heavy, warm, and unbearably real. I offer you my unfinished healing, the parts of me still locked in yesterday. Do not demand closure from a heart that is still learning how to open. Some wounds ache without reason, old scars whispering forgotten fears. When they awaken without warning, sit with me until they sleep again. I am learning that faith is not certainty. It is choosing not to run from doubt. It is standing in unanswered prayers and still calling the silence sacred. O listener who never interrupts, thank you for not rushing my grief. Thank you for allowing me to unravel without threatening to leave. My tears now carry gratitude too, for the love that once filled my hands, for the memories that still warm me, even when they also make me ache. Loss taught me the value of moments, how fleeting joy demands reverence. Now I hold even small smiles carefully, as if they are made of glass. If I must carry this sorrow for years, let it mature, not harden. Let it teach me mercy, not bitterness disguised as wisdom. I pray for those who never learned to cry, who swallowed pain until it became anger. May they one day find safe silence, where tears are allowed to fall. O quiet healer, remain faithful to me, especially when I doubt myself. Remind me that surviving is not shameful, that staying alive is an act of courage. Tonight, my tears bow their heads, not because they are finished, but because they trust the journey now. Even without knowing the destination, I rise slowly from this prayer, carrying calm like a fragile flame. The night still surrounds me, but it no longer feels hostile. And as I step forward, still wounded, still whole, I carry this truth within my chest, that silent tears are never wasted. They are prayers God hears the loudest. So I walk on softly, faithfully, with a heart that still believes in mercy. And somewhere between pain and promise, my silent tears continue to pray. The path ahead does not shine with certainty. It glimmers faintly, like faith learning to walk. I step carefully, honoring every bruise, refusing to pretend the hurt never existed. My soul exhales what it held for too long, years of restraint loosening their grip. In this release, I do not collapse. I discover space to breathe again. O companion of lonely roads, walk beside me without instructions. Let your presence be enough, even when direction feels unclear. Some nights, sorrow returns unannounced, knocking softly, already inside my chest. I no longer chase it away in anger. I ask what lesson it came to teach. Silent tears have grown wiser now. They fall with purpose, not panic. They know the terrain of my heart, every crack where light might enter. I once feared these tears would drown me, but they taught me how to float. They showed me that surrender is not the same as giving up. O gentle maker of resilience, thank you for the strength I never asked for. Thank you for the courage that appeared only after I thought I had none left. I pray for the softening of my inner voice, that it may speak with kindness, not blame. May I stop punishing myself for wounds I did not choose. There are moments of peace now, brief, like birds resting on a wire. I do not demand they stay forever. I bless them for visiting at all. Teach me to trust these quiet joys, even if they tremble at first. Let happiness feel safe again, not like something waiting to leave. My heart still remembers the weight of goodbye, how it bends the spine of the spirit. Yet it also remembers hello, and dares to hope for its return. O keeper of broken timelines, gather my scattered days into meaning. Make sense of the pauses, the delays, the unanswered prayers. If my tears must continue to pray, let them do so with less despair. Let them speak now of patience, of healing slowly taking root. I am no longer asking to be spared pain. I am asking to be shaped by truth. Let what survives this sorrow emerge honest and whole. Tonight the silence feels different, not empty but listening, as if the universe leaned closer, honoring my quiet endurance. I rest my head against the stillness, trusting it will not betray me. For the first time in a long while, I believe rest is possible. And if tears come again before dawn,